The Halo Infinite flight finished a few days ago, and overall it feels pretty solid. It's mostly a return to classic Halo, and 343 has managed to find a good way to implement some of their better ideas from Halo 4 and 5 into the proper Halo formula. The bots functioned pretty well and provided more of a challenge than I expected. This flight also confirms that the bots will be appearing in ordinary matchmaking and not just in the training area, which I was worried about. But there are still some kinks to work out, so I thought I'd make a list of the 5 most crucial features Halo Infinite needs for its multiplayer matchmaking to go well. Some of these features have already been confirmed, while others have evidence of appearing, or I just think they'd be good. Number 1. Joining in progress. Now, I believe this has been confirmed for Infinite, and I cannot understate how important this is. It is, without question, the most important part of the whole matchmaking system. Don't believe me? How many times have you been curb stomped by the enemy team because your teammates left 3 seconds into a match? I've been playing MCC a lot over the last few weeks, and I can say that out of 50 or so games, it happened without fail 50% of the time. Now, to all you quitters out there, I don't understand what is so hard about leaving the match before it loads you into another one. AFK players are even worse because they just feed points to the enemy team. And this doesn't just happen to me. It is incredibly boring, utterly destroying the other team because all their players ditched them. And I feel guilty the whole time because I know what it's like. To make things worse, 343 introduced very severe bans for quitting in MCC. You would think this would dissuade the quitters, but as someone who's been playing Halo for over a decade, I can promise you that more severe bans don't change how often the first people quit a match. All it does is punish the people who get fed up from being outnumbered and leave. It just sucks waiting for the other team to slowly use their superior numbers to take every power weapon and good vehicle on the map and then start spawn killing you. Halo 4 was the first to have a join in progress feature, and honestly, it was a lifesaver. Aside from the occasional match where I joined and it finished in like 2 minutes, it completely resolved the issue of quitting. Even when a teammate didn't end up joining, the hope for one kept me in the game. Knowing that losing wasn't a foregone conclusion motivated me to fight harder, and I enjoyed myself more, even if I lost because I was outnumbered. The feature can be even more refined than Halo 4. Let players customize its settings, perhaps deciding they only want to be put in matches with at least 10 minutes left, or 5. They could decide which game modes they want the feature to work for, or not have it on at all. When I jumped on Halo Waypoint to see if anyone else felt my rage, I found a post from Shadow Walker over here, who suggests making it so, at maximum, you could only be put into an ongoing match twice in a row, so players don't get annoyed from only playing 5 or 7 minute matches. That could be another setting players could customize. Number 2. AFK booting. This needs to be paired with the join in progress feature. I'm not a game developer, so I don't know how or if this could be properly implemented, but here's how it would work. Once a player spawns into the match for the first time, if they don't move for a whole minute, the game should instantly boot them. The same should happen when someone respawns and again doesn't move for a whole minute. Also, the game needs to measure if, after spawning, a person does not move a certain distance away from said spawn. Far too many people just put elastic bands on their controller to make their character move so they can get rewards in the game while AFK, dooming their team in the process. The game needs to detect these leeches and boot them too. Number 3. The bots. Now, going off what we saw in the Infinite Flight, bots are the perfect solution to this problem. When you're outnumbered in a Halo match, you will almost always lose. But if a bot can fill that place in your team, you're set. Especially since the bots are very good. I got wrecked more than a few times. And Infinite has kept the point system from Halo 4 and 5. Rather than just getting 1 point from a kill, you get 100. When Halo 4 first brought this in, I felt it was just like another way they wanted Halo to look like COD, but it has real purpose now. Depending on the difficulty setting of the bots, they should make it so you don't get the full 100 points for the kill. That way players can't just farm the easier AI. The bots have 4 difficulties, so in this system, Recruit is 25 points, Marine is 50, ODST is 75, and Spartan is 100. This system would also be ideal for ranked matchmaking, since in some ranks, the average player may be better than whatever AI difficulty spawns in. Number 4. A bug I saw from the flight could reveal something incredibly promising. In this clip, an AI replaces a teammate as the match loads in. These intro stances are an engine, so the fact that the teammate who drops out instantly has an AI spawn on his current location means that AI might be able to replace players in the middle of a fight. Imagine if you're fighting someone and they lag out. In older games, they'd just flop dead and you would move on. In Infinite, the AI might replace the player on the spot with their current weapons and ammo, making the flight seamless and without cheating you from your kill or saving you from an imminent death. This could be a bit clunky if the AI is of a very different skill level to the player who they replaced, but overall it could be an amazing feature. But as far as I know, this is not confirmed, so take it with a grain of salt. Number 5. As icing on the cake, 343 could reduce the bans on quitters. Not the first players who quit, since they're assholes, but anyone who quits after them should not be banned. Because make no mistake, these bans punish loyal players more than quitters. And with all the features listed above, loyal players would probably just stay in the match if their teammate quits. Also, as a side note, 343 please have the bans be able to tell the difference between lagging out and someone manually quitting. I live in Australia, the land of terrible internet, and I have been banned many times for lagging out. And there it is, my master plan. Hopefully 343 is way ahead of me on this. Seriously, imagine never being outnumbered in a Halo match ever again.